So how about a little perspective? Because I've been seeing a lot of posts on online about this. I've seen a lot of traders come out and say, "Hey guys, I just made $17,000 on a trade, and you can too." And those posts are mega misleading because you have to understand, first of all, what did they buy? How many shares? What was the stock price? And also, maybe they're not telling you, have they made this investment before, but it has gone in the opposite direction? So here's the thing. Let's say we have a stock that's $3 a share, and it goes up 17 cents in one day, and you have 100 shares. You've made about 17 bucks. Not very much. But what if you had 100 shares, or what if you had 1,000 shares? Well, you've made $170. Now it's a little better. What if you had 10,000 shares? Now you've made 1,700 bucks. That's really good. What if you had 100,000 shares? Now you've made $17,000 on one trade. And that's great, except that it is super, super misleading because you need to have 100,000 shares to do that. Means to make $17,000 on a $3 stock that's gone up 17 cents, you need to have 100,000 shares. How much does that cost? It's about $300,000. Do you have $300,000? I don't. You don't. But that guy who's posting that he made 17,000, hey, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't really have that $17,000 profit. Maybe he has a very basic or even in-depth knowledge of how the stock market works, but he's trying to sell a package to you. So maybe he has the knowledge, but not the actual expertise. And he's just noticing, hey, that stock went up 17 cents today. I'm just going to tell the people of the internet that I made $17,000 on a trade. And if you buy my course, if you buy my DVD, if you buy my access to my website, if you buy my ebook, if you follow me, I'll tell you how to do that too. It's very easy. Yeah, it's very easy. All you need is $300,000. So dial that back a little bit. When you see posts like that where the guy says, I've made $17,000, maybe he did, but that's not going to be you because you don't have the money that he has in this fantasy, to trade with. You probably don't have $300,000, but maybe you have 3,000. Maybe you can buy 1,000 shares, right, and make $170 in a day. That's not bad. What would you be making minimum wage working at McDonald's or Starbucks or some shit like that? Probably the same amount, maybe even a little less. So you just need that perspective, and you need to remember that there's a lot of people out there who use the internet and these private courses and books and ebooks and downloadable programs and access to clubs and whatever as ways to get money out of your pocket and into theirs without them actually having any knowledge. And another thing I want to talk about while we're on this topic of these scammy assholes on the internet, I subscribe to one of these guys because I think his emails are interesting. I just like to get into the perspective of someone who's taking advantage of people. And this guy, basically what he does, and I'm going to tell you exactly what he does, but he'll send out these emails saying, hey, this stock is up a lot today and the pattern is looking really strong. Buy it now. And his poor subscribers who don't know nothing about the stock market, they buy in and they buy that stock. And then what happens? It tanks. And then the next day he goes, hey guys, sell out of your shares. It's going lower. And the people go, oh, I didn't make any money on this. I'm going to hold it. Maybe he's wrong. I'm going to hold on. And then they get a real big loss. Or maybe they listen and they sell and they take a small loss and they go, well, it wasn't right. I just waited too long. I'm not as smart as this guy. I need to pay for the deeper, I need to pay for better access on his site or whatever it may be. But here's what he's doing. This guy is buying penny stocks. I'm talking about 10 cents a share, 5 cents a share, 20, 50 cents a share. He's going in a week, 2 weeks before he sends out that email, and he's buying millions of shares, and he's inflating the value of these stocks that no one has ever heard of, no one will ever hear from again. And he'll say, oh, an interesting pattern is presenting, and he'll send out an email, and you'll get that email, and you'll go, ooh, interesting. This $10 stock a week ago was this 10-cent stock a week ago. Now it's 15 cents. Oh, it's moving. And he goes, guys, you better get on this. Buy it now. But what he's not telling you is he bought that shit back a week ago when it was 15. He's only sending out the email now when it's 15 cents. And he's going to drum it up. It's called a pump and dump. He's going to pump up that stock price, send out a letter to you, his subscribers, and you're going to fall for it. And you're going to go, wow, it was 10 cents. Now it's 15 cents. Who knows where this thing could get? Then all of his subscribers pile into the stock in huge numbers. And the stock goes from 15 cents to 20 cents. He's doubled his money. He's told everyone, I'm buying in at 15. You should buy in at 15 cents too. But he's not telling everyone he bought it last week at 10 cents. Now he sends out the email going, guys, the momentum is slowing. Maybe you want to think about getting out. But what he's not telling you is when it hit 20 cents a day and a half ago, he sold it already. He sold it. He's not holding that stock. You are. And now what happens? It plummets and it goes from 20 cents to 5 cents. Ooh, real rough, brutal sell-off. And some of his traders, some of his followers, maybe they didn't see that email. So they're stuck. They check in every couple days. They look, oh, I bought it at 17 cents and now it's 8 cents. What happened? And they take a loss. But he doesn't give a shit because he was in before, he was out before, and he's sitting there laughing and he's selling a course. He's telling you guys, buy my course, buy my course. I'll give you inside access. I'll give you access to the trades that I'm making. I'll tell you what I'm buying. He's already bought that shit a week ago. Don't fall for it. Those scams, this is like a modern day infomercial. They're scams. He says, 10 years of doing this, and now I'm going to teach you, and you can do the same thing that I used to do. No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. The best thing you can do is not spend your money on these courses, not spend your money on these programs, not buy these penny stocks that he's already bought and already sold before you even know what's happening. Don't do that. What you need to do, because you're not going to be a day trader tomorrow. You're still working your 9-to-5 job. You're still a student. You're still doing whatever the fuck you're doing. Do that. Get that guaranteed stable income. Start paying off your debts. Start saving your money while becoming a savvy investor, learning how the market works, buying a little bit here and there. And when you do that, once you've done that, you've got the expertise, you've got the knowledge, you've got the debt that's gone, you've got the money in the bank, a rainy day fund. Maybe you've embraced minimalism, so you've cut back on your spending. You've been embracing living a simpler life. You don't need the flashy stuff anymore. You've sold some of your things. Now you understand a little bit better how the market works. And now you can slowly, gradually transfer from being an investor, someone who buys stock in Starbucks or Nike or whatever, gets the dividends, understands market fluctuations, how things go up and down. Then gradually over time, you can start trading a little bit more, and you can start doing that. You can read books, you can read articles, you can watch this YouTube channel. You can do whatever you want to do. But don't fall for these marketing scams where they're just after your money. Maybe these guys are making the trades, maybe they aren't. It doesn't matter, because the only person that it's benefiting is them. Have a nice day. Please like and subscribe.